We are set for basketball at the Air Canada Centre in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. This is the second of 4 games between these teams. Number 3 comes right back tomorrow night at the Bradley Centre. And then the Bucks will host Toronto for a 4th game later in the season. John, back-to-back games against the same team, home and home, is a unique situation. These teams did the same thing back in the 97-98 season, the Bucks winning both games. It was reversed. They started in Milwaukee and finished in Toronto, but the Bucks did sweep that home and home.
The NBA obviously likes back-to-backs with these 2 teams. It's not done that often in the NBA. In all the years I've been in, it's happened a few times. As a player, I did not like it. And I think I didn't like it just because you very seldom do it, so you're not used to adjusting to the situation. You certainly want to be the team to get the first game.
We talked about the advantage the Bucks may have tonight with D. Brown and Del Curry out for the Toronto Raptors. Another point at which they may have a great advantage is at point guard with Sam Cassell. Alvin Williams, subbing for D. Brown, John, is really miscast as a point guard at this point in his career. And Sam Cassell, healthy this year, has put up some big numbers.
Well, Jim, on paper, all that is correct. And look, when Sam stays healthy, you can look at his career numbers and then look at this season. He's doing a tremendous job. And you see how many games he missed last year with that bad ankle. Now, all that is true on paper, but you got to play the game. And these guys are pros. And on any given night, a guy can outplay another guy who might be better at that position than he is, and the Bucks have to make sure that does not happen here tonight at that particular point guard position. And you know that they give up some 3-point shooting with Curry and D. Brown out, but you still have to play them for that perimeter game because they've got some guys that'll knock them down. But I think the main thing, and that's why I go back to my transition key, you've got to keep this team in the half court and don't let them get out on you.
Toronto ended a 3-game skid on Wednesday night, beating Orlando. Orlando turned the ball over 27 times. They took advantage of it. And Vince Carter notably had 30 points and a career-high 9 assists. Now, if he gets off the assist game tonight trying to show up Ray Allen, it works in the Bucks' favor.
Yeah, I think it does too, Jim. And you know, that could be one of those situations where if he has a big night and he's determined to have a big night, that's okay, but don't let anyone else have a big night. Shut these other guys down. And a key for them, this man Carter is tremendous and he's an explosive player. But if you don't turn the ball over and you shoot the ball well, that will nullify some of their game, and his in particular because of the way he likes to cover 94 feet.
Glenn Robinson, Scott Williams, Irvin Johnson, Ray Allen, and Sam Cassell for the Bucks. Vince Carter, Charles Oakley, Antonio Davis, Doug Christie, and Alvin Williams, a 3rd-year player from Villanova, a former teammate of Tim Thomas in college, starts at the point. The starting lineups are brought to you by Century Foods. We buy more, so you pay less. It's a big deal.
Jim, you saw Carter and Ray Allen kind of greet. Well, Carter came back to him after they all said hello, and he said something to him. I think he said congratulations, and Ray said something to him back, and they kind of patted each other. So you could see that Carter stepped up there.
Milwaukee leading the all-time series, as you see. They have won 3 in a row. Irvin Johnson rejects Christie.
Boy, when EJ is roaming defensively like that, he is a mountain.
Glenn Robinson from the baseline. John, the first question George Karl faced this morning from a horde of Toronto media was about the Olympic bid. That is big news here.
Right.
Vince Carter had 3 games that were subpar for him after the announcement was made, and he hits his first shot tonight.
Well, that's part of his game that he's really worked on. That was the weakest part of his game, shooting the jumper, and you can see no doubt there. Well, Jim, you can understand the people here in the organization believing Carter should be on it, and they should be pulling for Carter.
George Karl telling the media here that Vince Carter will be on an all-star team and he'll be on an Olympic team. No doubt about that, just not this one. Carter 2 for 2, 1 outside, 1 inside.
And he had a mismatch, quick post-up.
Carter averaging just under 24 points a game to lead Toronto. He is also the assist leader at 3.8 a game.
I'm sorry, Jim, it's hard to believe he's only a 2nd-year guy and didn't get a full year last year.
5th pick in the draft. Unbelievably traded by Golden State to Toronto. They traded his rights for Anton Jameson. This is Davis on a bust out, and he'll shoot. Ray Allen on the foul.
Now, it was not a turnover, but it was a missed shot. So what have we seen? We saw some pretty good defense by Toronto on that last exchange, and then on the miss, and really not a good shot by the Bucks, but with the clock going down, Scotty had to take it. That lets this team do what they want to do. They're going to push the ball. They're going to run. And I think it's even more important that they run, Jim, without a real good point guard who in the half-court game can break it down and control it for him. If they're up and down the boards like this, all 5 guys can get in on it.
Antonio Davis, Toronto's top rebounder at 9.8 a game. The Raptors up 6-2 early.
They're a very long team, meaning their guys are tall at each position.
Allen over Williams off the glass. People might be thinking, John, that Carter is a small forward, Ray Allen a big guard, a shooting guard. How could they even be competing for the same spot on the Olympic team? And there's some truth to that. Christie inside. Allen has the rebound. The Olympic Committee, USA Basketball, was looking for a shooter. Christie hammers Ray Allen.
Wow.
And he takes a pop in the face. He's
sure
down.
Did. You know, this has not been a good building for him, Jim. We saw in the opening timeout. Watch this. Oh, hit heads. We saw in the opening how he was grilled cheese here in that last game and no foul call, and really hammered in that one.
This time there is a foul. It's on Christie, and we'll be back.
We're going to give you another look at this contact between Christie and Allen. Boom. Christie, it did not hurt, but it catches Ray kind of on the cheek, so a bit more of a vulnerable area. And no question about that foul. Wow.
Ray stays in the game. He appears to be all right. The Raptors up 6-4, 9:33 remaining in the opening period. Ron Garrison, Violet Palmer, and Sean Corbin, the officials working the game tonight at the Air Canada Center. Sam Cassell. Sam had his 15th double-double of the season against Los Angeles on Wednesday night. 24 points and 13 assists.
Jim, it apparently hurt Christie more than we think. He's out of the ball game, so perhaps he had to be looked at as well. McGrady's in.
Cassell again.
Interesting. They've got McGrady on him. McGrady in both situations a lot longer than Sam, and he takes him right down into the throat of the defense and puts it in his face.
McGrady did not play against the Bucks in December here. You may recall he was attending a funeral in Florida. That's Vince Carter outside, 3 for 3.
Now that was questionable last year and in college.
Inside, rebounding Williams. Scott Williams on the putback.
And penetration to the glass. Carter just was not that good of a jump shooter, or at least wasn't considered to be so. He looks like he is now.
He's improved it, John.
I guess.
That's the book on him. Tracy McGrady. 2 nights in a row, 2 games in a row, the Bucks facing a player making the jump from high school to the NBA. Kobe Bryant and now Tracy McGrady.
Both of them pretty good players.
Robinson over McGrady.
Jim, since McGrady's come in the game, the Bucks have taken 3 shots, 2 by Cassell, 1 by Glenn, and they've all been right in McGrady's mug. He's been on each one of them.
That may tell you why McGrady's on the block.
And with his height, he can play certainly Cassell for the jumper.
McGrady often mentioned as possible trade bait here. Kick out Cassell. Ray Allen shot. He had McGrady on that side. Scott Williams had it stripped away, no foul. This is Carter. Irvin Johnson back. Little floater, and Vince Carter is 4 for 4.
McGrady got that one.
Allen Williams picked.
And
Sam Cassell.
He got him back on pursuit.
Robinson flips it up. Antonio Davis with the rebound. 7:11 remaining in the opening quarter. They dump it down low. McGrady. 2 Bucks converge. The big 2. Williams and Irvin Johnson. The foul is on Irvin Johnson.
Well, I'll tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. We've had 3 exchanges that are fast and furious, and they say no contact until that point. It's hard to believe, but it has not happened. Glenn Robinson was knocked to the floor in the last exchange, but you can see how both teams want to run it. Toronto, it's a major factor for them of thinking to push the ball.
George Karl's Bucks 20-16. Toronto right behind at 19-16. McGrady normally sees the bulk of his minutes in the second and fourth quarters, with Alvin Williams playing predominantly in the first and third. But due to the injury to Doug Christie, McGrady gets an earlier call tonight. Robinson against Carter. Glenn shakes him.
No double teams. The Bucks try to isolate, and they are comfortable staying in single coverage. That's what we saw from the Lakers quite often. Of course, they had Shaquille O'Neal to anchor the defense.
Robinson from behind called for the foul against Oakley.
For a moment, I thought it was a non-foul, but Glenn, the way he reacted, he must have hit Oakley on the arm. This is Oakley's game, too. He's going to primarily shoot jumpers at this point. Once in a while, he'll go inside. Not like he used to.
These same 2 teams tomorrow night at the Bradley Center will have a special ticket offer for you for that game. We'll tell you about it. Charles Oakley outside, just inside the 3-point line. 16-14 Toronto.
Bucks want the quick double, but you got to get over to the shooters.
Cassell able to draw the foul.
Foul on Toronto's number 15, Vince Carter, his first, team foul number 2.
Look at Cassell, Jim. We talk often about how he can get people in the air with that fake. It's such a deceptive fake, and then get down under them to draw the fouls.
Vince Carter committing the foul. We understand now that Doug Christie is receiving a few stitches. He will likely be back tonight. They ought to be able to find somebody to stitch up a face in Canada, don't you think?
Yeah, probably a hockey player over here. And there's a lot of them in the building. Perhaps not professionals, but hockey players.
Vince Carter.
Ooh, man, is he smoking.
Carter has 10 on 5 of 6 shooting now. Bucks ball. Alvin Williams unable to keep it in play, and Scott Williams down right in front of the bench.
Now, is this hustle? I mean, now watch. They should have that, you think, but because Scotty goes for it, Bucks ball. I thought hockey players were going to stitch themselves up. Just give me a needle.
Oakley hammers Ray Allen. And Ray Allen perhaps is remembering the crush job in game 1 here. Oakley was involved with that too. They raked him, hammered him, hit him across the head, no foul. And Oakley comes in and gives him a hard chuck on this one.
That's a T inside. Flagrant. Too aggressive. That's Oakley's game. That's what he's got to give. He's got a lot of heart. He's a competitor, but he's a very, very physical player. And as he loses more and more of the other stuff he had, Jim, he will become more physical because that's what he's got.
No harm on the tee. Take another look.
I don't know.
Oakley doesn't agree.
Well, the only way I can say it is if that was reversed and that was a Bucks player, I'd be complaining about it probably.
That means you don't think it was a flagrant.
Well, I think he wanted to make sure he doesn't score it, but I'm not sure I'd say it was flagrant.
Allen for 3, no. It comes off for Oakley. He was hit from behind, he thinks, by Scott Williams. Barking about it, Oakley late into the play on the half court. Just over 5.5 minutes to play. First quarter. Oakley over Ray Allen off to the left, and Robinson has this one.
Isn't it interesting how you take a power player and leave him at the top of the circle all the time, and that's how Oakley plays.
Bucks reload, full shot clock. Robinson.
Boy, Bucks were patient that time. Patient, good spacing, set the screens, move the ball.
Toronto, a team with a load of talent. Some people here think they play selfish basketball. Vince Carter hitting just about everything so far tonight. He has a dozen in the first quarter with 4:43 remaining.
And Jim, the point is I think all but one of those has been jumpers.
Antonio Davis defending Robinson. Clear out, Glenn puts it up and in.
He knew he wanted him. He knew he had the mismatch in terms of quickness, and Davis has to just give him enough room to respect his quickness that Glenn can knock the jumper.
We see more maturity in Glenn Robinson all the time. You saw it right there, knowing that he could shake Davis for the jump shot. Air ball right to Robinson. The Bucks up one. And Cassell able to draw the foul.
Well, he's had McGrady a few times already, gotten him off the court a couple times, and also taking him in to shoot the jumper.
Doug Christie came to the scorer's table. He will be allowed back in. He has the stitches on the edge of the right eye. You know, hockey players don't even deaden that. They just use the fish hook and go right through.
Right, and all they need is a mirror, right? And they do their own. Yeah.
Why do you need a mirror?
Yeah, well, just to kind of see where it is, you know.
See how good you look?
Well, they don't care about that, right? No teeth.
Under 4 minutes.
Actually, there's a lot of truth. Some of them just go in and come right back out.
Oakley missing contact underneath. And it's staying on this end. Loose ball foul on Irvin Johnson. Well, we want to tell you about that ticket offer. We have $15 tickets for tomorrow night's game. You have probably heard us talk about this all week long. They are still available if you call during the telecast at 227-0500. $15 for 10. 227-0500. The Bucks and the Raptors tomorrow night, 7:30 at the Bradley Center.
And Doug Christie is back in the ball game.
Ray Allen crunched again, Johnny. Took another hard smash to the face. He's checking his nose, and he is bleeding badly from the nose. He has to leave the game. Doug Christie in for the jam. The Bucks need a 20-second timeout. Ray Allen bleeding rather profusely from the nose. So he has been hit on the side of the head hard by Christie, and now I didn't see how he got hit, but he takes a pop. Apparently, no timeout will be accrued here because of the blood rule in the NBA. The officials will allow a substitution, and the court will have to be cleaned up. Wow. So that will keep play stopped here for a bit longer.
It's amazing how you can play so many games in your life, and then all of a sudden, a lot of things start to happen to you. And he's taken 2 shots to the head that were both dramatic contact shots, and this one, of course, bringing blood. The first one dazed him, and I'm sure he's going to have some pain from it. I did not see it either. It was at the other end from where we're positioned. It was in post up, and it might have been an elbow to come down. I don't know if we have that or not. We're going to check it out and see if we do. Probably, the way a player will raise the ball up and then swing around, and you might clip a guy with your elbow. That was very possibly what happened.
No matter what they do to him tonight, he'll be ready for Sydney.
Christie, you can see the tape or something covering the stitches on his face.
Tim Thomas, hard to the basket. He explodes. Toronto wanted a foul. They won't get it.
Well, the gamble is when you try to sucker that in and get that charging call like that, if you go down and they don't call it, you're giving up an easy basket.
Double on Christie. He makes his move, and Sam Cassell called for the foul. George Karl is not real happy with that call by Sean Corbin. We have a timeout. 2:55 first quarter. The Bucks lead the Raptors 24-22. $15 tickets for just $10 tomorrow night. The Raptors and the Bucks at 7:30. Call now, 414-227-0500. It is Pepsi bonus night at the Bradley Center. Tickets available for 7, 11, and the 15 for 10 tomorrow night. It's also Bucks Sport Bottle Night. A free Bucks Sport Bottle to fans ages 14 and under. 2:55 remaining in the opening period. The Bucks lead by 2 with Doug Christie on the free throw line. Christie, a decent free throw shooter, 80%. He recently became the Raptors' all-time leading scorer, surpassing Damon Stoudemire.
Well, no one being on the team that long, but you know, kind of come and go in a lot of changes. And I think the longevity has helped.
You could be here a week and set the record.
Yeah.
Ray Allen still being tended to. Mark Feil on the job. Del Negro wants Robinson. Christie fronting him. Shot clock at 5 when the shot is away, and it's in. Scott Williams.
Little penetration, see? Tim Thomas takes his man just enough to pull in that defender away from Scott to give him just enough of an opening.
McGrady curled the baseline. He's doubled there. Cross-court pass. Vince Carter open for a 3.
That's the first time he's hit the rim.
15 first quarter points for Vince Carter. You knew that he would come in here and try to send a message.
But Jim, the way he's shooting the jumpers, there's no way he could have known he'd be shooting like this. He doesn't always shoot this well. And man, he is like smooth.
Sam Cassell with a triple. That's the first 3 by a Buck tonight. And you know that that brings a $50 donation to the Mac Fund, compliments of Piggly Wiggly. $50 for every 3-point power popped. Foul called.
All right, here's what they've done. They've taken Christie into the post 2 times now in the last 4 exchanges. He's been fouled on both of them by Cassell. They want to take him to the box because he has the height on Cassell. This time Sam was fronting. Last time he was behind.
Ronnie Garrettson walked to the scorer's table, put up 2-0, and said foul on 20. He must think that Sam is still wearing number 20, which he did last year.
There is no way he can remember that he had 20, do you think?
No.
And secondly, I don't understand the foul either. Sam's upset, but Sam gets upset on most of his fouls. But that one, I didn't really see him jump back into Christie, but that's what they're saying he did do.
Haywood Workman on for Cassell. 1:20 remaining in the opening period. Robinson over Christie.
Good D.
Not bad. He stayed with him despite the shake, rattle, and roll move by Robinson that time. Oakley drops his shoulder, and Williams will be called for the block at midcourt.
Yeah, well, he's not going to make that call the other way. Stuck the knee out, so what they're saying.
Number 34, Charles Oakley at 9. He'll shoot 1 plus the penalty for 2.
Here's the foul on Sam Cassell. Now where? Don't see it. But you can't, as the players can't get caught up in it, and fortunately at this point they're not that concerned about it, but I think they've had some calls that have, they didn't call it here. Somewhere there's where they call it.
Sam out with 2 fouls. Oakley for a 2-point Raptor lead, 31-29.
I've never seen a guy dribble the ball that long and that hard in the same spot on the free throw, but it works for him. Gives him that rhythm.
The game. Winfield. There aren't many empty seats here. Doug Christie commits the foul. That'll be his second. It comes with 52.3 seconds remaining in the quarter.
Number 13, Glenn Robinson, is 1+ penalty for 2.
Well, with the fouls, it's certainly been slow and disjointed, and then the 2 physical contact situations. So the first quarter's been kind of slow and fast-paced in the beginning and slower in the second half of it.
Robinson has 11. The Bucks trail by 1. Christie dumps and underneath. Antonio Davis. Very active player around the board. Tim Thomas called for the offensive foul. George Karl
I'll tell you what.
barking, and the technical has been called on Scott Williams.
Now, I'm going to tell you what's happening right now. These officials are taking the pike, and they're making some bad calls, and they've really shaded toward Toronto. And on that play, they're saying, get the first foul when Christie reaches back to hold Tim Thomas. Now they're saying, see that? They're saying, call that one, not that one. And for pointing it out, you get a technical. See, so when officials screw up and you point it out, you get hit doubly for it.
Which time do you think they should have called the hold? They got him left and right.
So in the first quarter, the officials are not doing a good job, and it's been to the benefit of Toronto at this point. Now that can change.
Vince Carter. Boy, is he feeling it tonight. He's 8 of 10, 17 points. He has a 3. Toronto feeling it as a team right now. 6/10 of a second remaining in the quarter. They go up by 8. Coach Carter made the comment today as we see the long pass. Thomas can't control it. He made the comment about his team. He said, when we control the first quarter, we tend to win about 75% of the time. We shall see. Comes your way on Wednesday on WCGB TV 24 at 6 o'clock. From Indianapolis, it's the Bucks and the Pacers. We get our first look at the new Conseco Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. The next TV game brought to you by Miller Genuine Draft. It's cold filtered, never heat pasteurized.
Well, Jim, in this one, the Raptors are shooting 62%. Very good. Now, the Bucks at 57, but when Carter shoots the jumpers like that, the fact that they have some good perimeter players that are not in the game tonight due to injury, then that nullifies that, because Christie can shoot it out there, Oakley can shoot it out there, and Carter is sizzling.
Robinson into the middle, and he is fouled. He'll shoot. Vince Carter gets him. John, the difference between 62% and 57% is 1 field goal made.
Right.
13 of 21 for Toronto. The Bucks 12 of 21.
And Jim, they had 10 points in the paint, so they're getting in there as well as shooting the jumpers. They also went to the line 11 times and made them all.
The Bucks 5 of 8 from the line in the first quarter. Manning on for Scott Williams. It's Workman, Del Negro, Thomas, Manning, and Robinson. Cassell has a pair of fouls, and Ray Allen has a pair of headbutts.
And both of them hurt.
Toronto up 6, 38-32.
What do hockey players do about broken noses?
Play on.
I don't know that Ray's is broken. I don't report that. But had to hurt.
Tracy McGrady takes the deep shot, and we get a foul underneath on the rebound.
Got Manning on the hold. Apparently, Oakley had pushed him, and then the rebound came off enough over Manning's head that left Oakley in good position, so he gets him.
Workman doing a good job sealing McGrady. They go back outside for Christie in the three. And Robinson touches it last, or did he? No. Vince Carter tipped it out of his hands. John, I believe there is a real rivalry building between these two teams.
I do too.
For various reasons. It's staying on this end. Nope, the call goes the other way on this end, or does it? Now they say it's staying here. Yeah. They reverse the reversal. Muggsy Bogues in for Doug Christie. Great pass. Thomas, yes, over Charles Oakley.
Reload and gets him in good position. In other words, if you don't have it together quite right, give it out to a guy, reestablish, and get it back.
J.I. Reid taking off the warm-ups. He'll come on for the Bucks shortly. Carter with a miss. Oakley with a miss. Carter with a make.
There haven't been too many offensive rebounds. That's one, and you can see the opportunity it presents.
Workman takes Muggsy Bogues to the rack, ends up on his back, and Muggsy brings it up. Alley-oop. Too high and strong for Vince Carter.
I don't know how you can be too high for Vince Carter, but I think it was a bit behind him. It's like a jet taking off.
J.I. Reid on for Glenn Robinson. Bogues coming off a big night. He had 22, a season high, Wednesday against Orlando.
Think about that. At his size, 22 points. Isn't that incredible?
With Del Curry out, D. Brown out, somebody had to score other than Vince Carter. Carter had 30 that night. J.I. Reid, pretty good move, and boy, he worked too hard not to have that one drop. Carter takes it in on Del Negro. Little stutter step, and he has 21 points, and we have 9:35 remaining in the second quarter. Ooh. Manning, nice little soft dish from Del Negro. Danny Manning on the board. 42-36 Toronto.
I think Carter just barely ticked that also. I think he got a finger on it. It still went in.
McGrady runs into traffic, finds Michael Stewart, who draws the foul. Tim Thomas.
That's too easy, Jim. He had a straight dive. You could have driven a truck through right down the middle. The Bucks have to get over and cut that off.
It's the automatic timeout of the second quarter. 9:02 remaining. 42-36 Toronto. Our Microsoft email question of the game comes from Tony Gracie of Green Bay, and it is for a man who thinks a lot about this kind of stuff. How long does a player have to be in the NBA to qualify for a pension?
It's 3 years, Jim, and I don't want to bet my home on it, but I know it has always been 3. I'm still pretty sure it's 3, and then the maximum you get full benefits at the 10-year mark, and it's prorated per year.
Our email question brought to you by Microsoft, and the NBA also has the pre-pension. There is a situation where players can get X amount of dollars based on years of service and salary prior to drawing their NBA pension.
Right, and that began around, I think, 1990, somewhere in there. So players from that period on get the pre-pension.
All related to the success of this league financially, John. There was monetary rewards that went with the success of the league, and the players turned that into a pre-pension. We get an elbow thrown, and now we get a tee on Oakley, or is it on Oakley? Yeah, it's on Charles Oakley. J.R. Reed on the foul.
4 and 3 is 7 or 34. they had, because he's 34. So J.R. Reed, I think, got the personal and the technical. Is that right?
No. Violet Palmer looked and read the number off the back of Oakley. She called the tee on Oakley.
Okay.
Separate from Sean Corbin's foul by J.R. Reed.
Okay, well, I missed all of that. Right here in front of us, though, the way Reed went up, I thought it was on him. Thought he was upset about it. He's talking to Oakley about elbows.
Carter.
Well, his game is normally going to the basket, playing in the paint. I think all but 4 of his points have been jumpers. And the combination of shooting the ball the way he is tonight, Jim, and the way he can go to the basket, how do you defend him? Incredible.
McGrady into Michael Stewart. Clean block, Tim Thomas. Thomas makes the block, runs the floor. Del Negro hits the jumper. Very close to the 2-point line. He was on the 2-point side of the line. Another turnover. Manning had the height on Muggsy and still does. Sometimes it doesn't matter.
Well, Danny Manning is not a selfish basketball player at all. But what he probably needed to do in that case is get over, get the good spacing, and split him and have a 2-on-1 situation. Manning with the Matador D. Now, see, he and Del Negro are on the same plane. They need to split the little guy, but I'm sure Danny thought, well, I'll just take it over him.
Thomas drains a deuce. Tim has 6. The Bucks trail by 5.
Boy, Vince Carter hasn't needed much time to adjust to NBA ball, has he? A partial season last year, and just this part of the season this year. Not even halfway.
Muggsy keeps going back to McGrady. 3 on the shot clock. 24-second violation.
Right, that ball had not landed out of bounds before the clock went off. Good defensive hands again by Danny Manning.
Replacing number 15, Del Negro.
Cassell in for Del Negro.
Thomas, too quick on the release. He walks. I was going to say that was a great first step. It was too great. 6:52 left in the second quarter. Toronto 46, Milwaukee 41. The Bucks and the Raptors do this again tomorrow night at the Bradley Center. A 7:30 start. You can pick up a $15 ticket for just $10 if you call now. 414-227-0500.
You know what's interesting here tonight? It's very cold out. We're in Canada. We're in a hockey building, and it is hot in here. And I think that can sometimes have some impact on players because most buildings are a little chilly early, but not this one.
They've had heat in Canada for a few years now.
Well, I don't know if they have it in Boston, but when we go there, you freeze to death.
Bugsy Bogues.
Turnover.
They just throw a few more logs on John. Under 6.5 to play in the second quarter.
Look out.
Carter 3.
Don't miss. Remember the game we did one year in the old Boston Garden? We had to sit there with our coats on to do the game. there was wind in that building.
Cassell's three comes off.
All right,
Michael Stewart has it. 48-41.
I'd like to reel this lead back in before halftime.
So would that man. He can't do much about it, though.
J.R. Reed holding off.
Foul call on Bucks number 7, J.R. Reed, the second foul in the game. Team's third.
Glenn Robinson re-enters. Tim Thomas to the Bucks bench. 5:48 remaining in the first half. Another miss by Carter, 2 in a row.
Amazing.
Foul call against Toronto. Muggsy Bogues with hands, I guess. He picks up his first. He said, "What did I do?" One of the more amazing players in my 14 seasons in the league, John. He's incredible. Muggsy Bogues. Allen fouled as he drives the paint.
At that size, to be as effective and play as long as he has, how's he ever even get a shot off? Quickness. Ray Allen with quickness here. Look, splits the defenders, and he has to think every time I go in there tonight, is somebody going to take a shot at my head?
Michael Stewart on the foul. The Raptors felt Muggsy played a near-perfect game Wednesday night against Orlando with 22 points.
Well, you would think that the offenses, when he's on defense, would really take advantage of him, and it doesn't happen that easily.
He let the shot clock wind down at one point. That was the only exception to what they considered to be a near-perfect game. Vince Carter back to the top. Williams swings it to Willis. Robinson rebounds right in front of Kevin Willis. Little push shot off the glass for Glenn Robinson, and he gets nailed. No call. So he runs back and sets up to play defense. Robinson with 15. He has a third of the Bucks' 45 points. They trail by 3. Williams away for Allen. Muggsy looking up at Ray Allen. Wide open Cassell. He shoots, and here's a whistle. Kevin Willis.
Now, see, Jim, it all starts with a mismatch situation. The Bucks, Ray Allen taking Bogues into the paint. They've got a double team, then you ball swing, and the open man will be in the deep corner away.
Number 33,
Antonio Davis replacing Michael Stewart.
If that basket had gone in, it would have counted.
That one counts.
But needless to say, he can get that all night long on Muggsy, but Muggsy will come up under him.
Danny Manning inside of Antonio Davis for the rebound. Just over 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter. The Bucks can take the lead here. Heavy contact again, no whistles. Allen doubles down on Davis. Manning takes it away. And Sean Corbin sees a foul on Manning. And we have a Raptor player down hard.
Now Carter's down. He tries to split the two. Reed hammers Carter, doesn't let him come to the ball. Look. And he goes down. I'm sure they don't want to see him go down like that.
Irvin Johnson returns for Manning. Vince Carter sits. There you see the shooting in the quarter. Milwaukee's 6 of 13.
Toronto down because other people have been shooting more than Carter.
McGrady from downtown. Way downtown. McGrady with 7. Toronto's lead now 4. Glenn Robinson. Pure as Canadian snow.
Looked pretty dirty to me out there.
On the plane.
But the shot's good.
I was talking about Saskatchewan.
From the air.
Alvin Williams 3 away and a whistle. It went up and over the plane of the backboard. And we have a timeout with 2:52 left in the second period. 51-49, Toronto on the Bucks television network. At the half tonight, we'll have our normal installment, Bucks Beat. And we will watch the Bucks on a night out. This team gets together frequently during the season. They enjoy each other's company away from the basketball court. We were with them last month in Orlando when they had a team night out.
Yeah, it was fun.
And we will also take a look at all of the stats. Brought to you by Miller Lite.
We enjoyed that night. Interesting place, good food.
Well, we want to say hello to everyone at the All-Star Ballot Party tonight in Milwaukee at Major Goolsby's. The Bucks have Ray Allen, Sam Cassell, Glenn Robinson, Danny Manning on the All-Star ballot. Robinson. He hit the shot, and he looked at Ronnie Garrettson, wondering when he's going to get a call being hit while shooting. 51-51, the Bucks have battled back. Toronto opened the lead late in the first quarter. 7-0 run in the final minute of that period. Cassell brings it up. He's hounded by Christie. Shovel off to Allen. Nice open shot. He hits it.
All right, now what have we seen here for the Bucks to come back into this ball game and take the lead, Jim? Toronto has been missing. The Bucks have kept them on the perimeter. They haven't hit their jumpers. The Bucks haven't let them get the offensive rebound, and they've gone the other way and scored. They've done a heck of a job.
Bucks doing a good job. 21 of 37. Kevin Willis.
Oh, wow.
Off the glass, it was down. Here come the Bucks. The Bucks held Toronto to just 39% in game 1. A great defensive effort. Cassell draws the defense, kicks it out. Robinson to an open Ray Allen. Yes, and that is a triple. Another 50 to the Mac Fund. Compliments of Piggly Wiggly.
Jim, Glenn had his toe. They want a timeout at 20. Glenn had his toe on the line. He had an open look, but that would have been a 2. He makes the pass. Ray gets the loaded up for the 3. Glenn the assist. Remember one of my keys, ball movement. Remember how the Bucks played against Charlotte? Ball movement. That's what it takes.
This 22nd timeout brought to you by your Milwaukee area Volkswagen dealers. Call 1-800-DRIVE-VW for a dealer near you. Well, the Bucks passed the ball very well on December 10th when they beat Toronto here 107-91. John, the Bucks are remembering Bobby Phills. All of the players have his initials, and many of them have his number on their shoes tonight.
Yeah, that's really affected everybody around the NBA greatly, Jim, and Bucks players have responded.
We'll have more on their commitment to Bobby Phills on Bucks Beat tonight. Violet Palmer overruling the fact that the Bucks were going to get the ball.
She said it was blocked. It was tipped.
Said it was touched.
Yeah. On
the shot, which is why Violet Palmer thinks the shot was short. It missed everything. McGrady goes up with the hook shot and draws the foul. Glenn Robinson.
Milwaukee's number 13, Glenn Robinson, is second. Team foul number 5.
McGrady, good catch in terms of position. He's got some ups. He can go vertical on you, and that's what got him to the line. Because when you catch that deep, if you can get up in the air like that, now Glenn's there to play him, but you want to try to root him out of that position a little bit so that when you catch, it's not that deep. Off-ball movement will get you there often.
Robinson's second foul, putting McGrady on the line. It's the 5th team foul. Toronto with 4, 1:28 remaining, second quarter. The Bucks lead by 4. Again, Allen open for 3. He rolls it down around the world and in. Ray Allen on the triple. Ray has 14. Wiggly Wiggly benefiting the MAC Fund this season. We thank them for their donations on three-point shots. Willis immediately wanted to pass. He does to Bogues for 3. Ray Allen tapped it to Irvin Johnson. He was out of bounds.
Now, what the Bucks have done so well, besides stopping them and keeping them on the perimeter, they have not let them get that ball back for a second chance opportunity. Not that many offensive rebounds. Now, this is a second look here, but the Bucks had the right positioning. They couldn't reel it in, and they have to call a timeout. They've used their 20. It's a full.
The Bucks 3 of 6 outside the three-point line. So Toronto has to burn a full timeout. Gives us plenty of time to tell you about our ticket offer for tomorrow night. A $15 ticket for just $10 if you call during the telecast tonight at 414-227-0500. Game time 7:30. The Bucks and the Raptors at the Bradley Center. Members of the Bucks sales staff are standing by tonight, as they have been all week. They have been taking a lot of orders for tomorrow night's game. So join the crowd at the Bradley Center. $15 for 10. 227-0500. A reminder for fans in the North Shore area, you can park for free and ride the bus to all Bucks home games, including the game tomorrow night. Call the Milwaukee County Transit System at 344-6711 for details. 344-6711. There's a group that rides the bus down I-43. They meet at the Brown Deer Park and Ride. They have been doing that for many years. It's a large group. They all get together, have a great time on the bus on the way down, and
good idea.
That's a great way to do it. You get dropped off at the front door, and you get picked up at the front door.
It's kind of where you make it, front door to front door.
Bucks and the Raptors tomorrow night. Then Milwaukee will head for Atlanta. It's a 1 o'clock Central Time start on Monday. No television. Be sure to check out Ted Davis both tomorrow night and Monday afternoon on WTMJ and the Bucks Radio Network. If you can't be at the Bradley Center tomorrow night, he'll have the game from Atlanta Monday afternoon, and then we'll hook up with the club on Wednesday night at Conseco Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. You've seen it.
Yeah, you're anxious to see that.
And I'm anxious to get a look.
It's big time. I think you're going to like it a lot, Jim. We got to get you out and walk you around the halls, though. We'll talk about that Wednesday. This is a tremendous building. This is a big building, and they fill it up.
You made that sound like you were going to use a leash on me or something.
No, we'll use that electrical prodder we normally use. We won't move to any leashes.
Walk you around the halls.
Yeah.
38.6 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Alvin Williams replacing Kevin Willis for the Raptors. The Bucks have had a solid second period, up 7, 59-52. After trailing by 8, 38-30. After one period. McGrady loses the handle. Who wants it? Tracy McGrady. Reed bodies him out. Commits the foul, possible three-point play. So a loose ball turns into an opportunity for Tracy McGrady and the Raptors.
It's a matter of inches sometimes in big exchanges. Think if the Bucks come up with this and go down and score, the difference between that possibility and this possibility of a three-point play. they're buying time with Carter on the bench since they've gone away from Carter, both not getting him the ball and when he went to the bench. That's made the difference in the game for the Bucks.
Assuming a Bucks basket, that's a 5-point swing, so it would have been 9. The lead is now 4.
Big difference.
Hit a 3, and it's an even greater disparity. Glasser by Cassell comes off for Antonio Davis. Bogues on a hard push. That's a 3 by Christie. That turnover, loose ball situation looming large now. J.R. Reed at the buzzer. Are they going to count it? No. Sean Corbin says no basket. We will check it out. It was close.
I think it was a good call.
I do too. That was my first reaction.
Yep. Very good call. In the meantime, the Raptors did what they had to do. The Bucks could have had a 9 to 11-point lead possibly. They had a couple of breaks, got it back, and it is a ball game again. Bucks up by 1.
The Bucks lead the hustle board tonight at halftime, 26-24. They're doing it with blocked shots. Tim Thomas and Irvin Johnson with 2 apiece. The hustle board brought to you by Miller Genuine Draft. It's cold filtered, never heat pasteurized. Well, how are the Bucks doing on your keys tonight?
Actually, Jim, not bad. And even if they weren't, if you're up by 1, that's enough. If you can do the same thing at the end of the game, that means you won the ball game. But, you know, you sit here and you say, oh, shoot, they could have been up 10 or 11 without a couple of breaks for the Raptors later. But transition defense, Bucks, I think overall doing okay, Jim. They gave up a number of points early, 14 to the Raptors in transition, but most of that came a little bit earlier. Secondly, I said defend the paint. Well, the Bucks have given up 18 points in the paint, more than they want. They need to get some more at the other end, and I think the ball movement has been quite good. They have 7 turnovers. It's not that many, but it's 2 more than the Raptors.
And again, the points off turnovers, 7 turnovers yielding 10 points. The Raptors 5 yielding 2. Here's Ray Allen taking a shot to the head. He butted heads with Christie. Ray went down. Christie had stitches. And then Allen is hammered by Charles Oakley. And then on this play, off the ball, well, that was on the ball. He got an elbow. And his nose was bloodied. Mark Feil had to take care of it. Mark tells us that the nose is straight. One side will swell up more than the other. He does not believe Ray Allen has a broken nose.
Before we saw that, we suspected that that's what happened. A guy in a post-up very often will swing the ball, turnover and foul. Will swing the ball across, and that's when you bring your elbows in front of you, and if your face is there, you're going to have contact.
Scott Williams picks up his 2nd foul as we get underway in the 3rd quarter. It's the first on the Bucks, of course,
and their 8th turnover.
Carter missing. He's been dry in the latter stages of the 2nd quarter. Robinson tied up. Alvin Williams commits the foul. That's his first.
You have a 3-on-1, but look, Angle's not quite there, but fortunately the foul is he has to shake and bake and corkscrew to wait for the whistle. Hang time helps. Bucks 10 for 14 now from the line.
Robinson with 20 points. One thing you know about playing Toronto, it will be physical.
Oh, yeah.
Their front line with Oakley, Antonio Davis, Willis off the bench. They're all monsters when it comes to physical play. Ray Allen has found that out in both games against Toronto.
That's their 5th offensive rebound. Yeah, he's been hammered in each game.
It rattles out for Oakley. The Bucks have it. Scott Williams, Irvin Johnson helping on the play. Sean Corbin blows the whistle. And a 3-second violation, Scott Williams. So 2 quick turnovers here in the 3rd quarter.
Number 9.
Christie on the baseline. Cassell on the baseline. He had the ball slapped to him. Hard push, pull up. Put back attempt by Williams comes away. Up for Carter on the wing, and he throws it behind Alvin Williams.
He hasn't had as much practice at that, Jim. Passing as shooting.
He had 9 assists the other night against Orlando, however, a career high.
Actually, I mean, I put that on him a little bit, but he's a very well-rounded player. He gets a lot of shots, but, you know, with the attention he's going to get some assists if he gives it up.
Christie knocked it away from Allen. Tough shot with the shot clock winding down. The Bucks stay with it. Ray Allen runs into a foul.
Scotty Williams is the guy that deflected that away. It looked like they had the rebound, and because he gets a hand in there, Ray comes up with it. Right there, see? And Ray again with the contact. Ray's a very durable, strong, physical player, but you take a shot to the face, that's a little different than to the body.
That's a good face, too. You don't want that one banged up. That's a movie face. (62-58).
Looks almost as good as Denzel, who we had here, by the way, last year. Not in this building.
Milwaukee up 4. Cassell able to get it back.
Good timing on the take, almost take on the spin.
Milwaukee ball 11 on the shot clock. Number 1, Tracy McGrady back into the game for Toronto.
11 on the shot clock.
Replacing Alvin Williams.
Alvin Williams sits. McGrady back on. Robinson.
Boy, good job. Give the ball up. Scotty Williams pinned down for Glenn. Glenn sees it coming, uses the screen.
Glenn has 22 now. Irvin Johnson rebounding the miss by Oakley. The Bucks trying to take control of this one. Sam Cassell over Tracy McGrady. Well, McGrady a little bit soft defensively. He doesn't get up in a man's face when they take the shot. We've seen that all night long, and Cassell drains it over the top. 66-58, Milwaukee timeout. A $15 ticket for just $10 if you call now for tomorrow night's game. 227-0500 is the phone number. The Bucks and the Raptors in the immediate rematch at 7:30 tomorrow night at the Bradley Center. 227-0500.
Jim, Carter penetrated last time, kicked it out. They had an open look and missed it. He's averaging 4 assists per game this season. Last year, his career high was 8 twice, but this year, he's had 9. So he's distributing it when they come to him.
Toronto 0 for 6 in the third quarter. Make it 0 for 7.
They grilled cheesed him on that one.
The Bucks on a 7-0 run. That's a 3. It comes away for Cassell. McGrady has it. You don't want those quick shots when you have a team on the run. If they go, you take the deuce or the 3 in that case. Carter stuffed and apparently fouled. Scott Williams.
Now watch Carter. Look at that. See, he's left 2 open for a moment, so when he catches that deep, it's going to be tough to stop him because this guy can really elevate. And you saw him hang time, take the ball away, and then Scotty reaches for it and gets it. You can't let him catch that deep. That's not a guy that everybody should leave and leave open. At least not when he catches inside like that.
Vince Carter, 25 points. He's had 30 or more 8 times. Just 2 of his points tonight from the free throw line. 7.5 minutes now in the third quarter. Ray Allen with a floater toward the baseline. 18 for Ray. The Bucks lead by 8. This is Carter. 27. Glenn Robinson ducks under Oakley. Carter with the pure jump shot. You better find a way against him. 29 now. I think we anticipated him scoring some points, John.
I'll tell you.
Robinson's 3 too strong. McGrady has it.
His jumper has been just beautiful. Now they're cutting with some trapping, which they did last game here at midcourt. That is blocked.
Scott Williams. Cassell pulls it in. He's picked up by Vince Carter.
Maybe that's how you stop him if you can block it.
Sam Cassell shortens up, finds an opening. Nice job. You know, Vince Carter had the reputation and still does as a dunk master. Last year we saw it constantly. In game 1 against the Bucks, I think he had 1 dunk, and I remember a soft dunk early in this game, but nothing spectacular. He has changed his game, it would appear.
I guess tonight all he needs is the jumper. Well, you know he can still fly. It's just tonight the jumpers are there. He's getting them and making them.
31 points for Carter on 14 of 23 shooting. Oakley hauling in the Allen miss. The Bucks up 6, 72-66.
Bucks have to be careful and not start getting into that dribbling and shooting. Dribbling and shooting. You got to move the ball.
Scott Williams determined to be illegal.
Well, now no one understands it, and I'm not sure. I didn't catch it, but I thought he was above the free throw line. And so do the coaches. And so does Scott.
Terry Stotts quietly talking to Violet Palmer about it. McGrady into Davis. Antonio Davis with Oakley rebounding. He flips it to McGrady. Shot clock has been reset. Christie 3. And you can feel the effect of this big crowd at the Air Canada Center. Robinson answers. Glenn Robinson drains a tough 2-point shot, 74-69.
But you know, Sand got it up there, got right back at him, scored on him before the crowd could even quiet down. That takes the sting out. Or puts it in.
Carter.
There it is.
There's the flyer.
Now, right now, they're coming up with the loose balls and the missed shots and getting a reload.
Carter has 33, and the Toronto Raptors trail by 3. The Raptors trail by 5. Robinson.
Now, if you get a couple stops and go down and score, that takes all of this run out of the building. Still a lot of game left, but I'm saying out of this particular stretch.
Antonio Davis from Carter.
Excellent passing. I mean, Carter's got a game going here. He penetrates and makes the play. Gets the assist.
Cassell wants Christie. He finds Irvin Johnson. Robinson finishes. Cassell took Christie in with the idea of drawing the defense and kicking out, and Irvin Johnson was able to go to Glenn. 78-73, it's a 3. McGrady, a high-flying putback. Rather spectacular for his 12th point. It's 78-75.
Wow. I thought that might have been in the cylinder.
What a pass. Williams wants it to count. It does. It does. Butch Carter will argue this. Sean Corbin says, nope, it's good. Oakley picks up his second. We'll have the free throw, and we come back. Milwaukee and Portland in a virtual tie on the league leaderboard relative to team field goal percentage at 47.2. Miami, Utah, and Minnesota round out the top 5. The league leaders brought to you by your Milwaukee and surrounding area Chrysler, Plymouth, and Jeep dealers. George Karl looks up at the scoreboard and sees the Bucks up 5, 80-75, with Scott Williams on the line. Remember, Toronto is winless 0-6 when allowing an opponent to shoot 50% or better. The Bucks at 57%. Carter for 3.
Wow. I think he's hit the rim once on a make. Now the misses he's gotten the rim, but on the makes, I think he hit the rim one time.
36 for Carter. His season high is 39.
Well, you can forget that. He's going to go way beyond that one.
That is also his career high, 39 points. Robinson and Williams battle for the rebound, and they lose it. Carter jumps down on Williams to tie him up. They'll jump.
Now we'll see if they control this, but they have been coming up with almost all the loose balls in this quarter. On the miss, actually the Bucks have it, 2 Bucks fighting one another here, so that lets Carter stay there with it. And Scotty wants, I think, a foul out of it. It looked like Carter landed on him enough. Now Carter can really up here.
He may have been trying to call a 20-second timeout.
Less than 2 minutes to play in the third quarter.
Carter. Irvin Johnson will make him earn his points.
Foul ball to the Bucks, number 40, Irvin Johnson. That's his third, team's third. Number 5, Tim Thomas back in the
Bucks planning for the jumper, so he turns the corner on Glenn. And again, hang time, pastry bag, shake and bake, corkscrew, whatever you want to call it, until he hears the whistle. What a game he's having. Wow.
$14 points in the third quarter. He had 17 in the first.
And he had not taken a free throw throughout the first half. Of course, he's been shooting the jumpers.
38 for Carter. His 4 free throws all makes here in the third quarter. The Bucks still lead 81-80. The crowd chanting defense. They get the stop. Offensive foul on Carter.
Actually, I thought he had a wipe away, but they didn't call that. I don't know what they called. Let's see. So I thought it was there, but you heard the whistle later, so it had to be there, but it was late. It was after the rebound attempt.
.115 remaining third quarter. Allen. Oakley to the middle. McGrady can't handle it. Allen. McGrady back tough. And it's a turnover. Allen got off balance. Christie's 3 rebounded by Oakley. They get a reload. .17 on the shot clock, 28.1 on the big clock here in the third quarter. High emotion tonight in Toronto. Danny Manning and Antonio Davis check on. Here comes Muggsy Bogues. Oakley and Carter lead.
See, they want to get Carter the rest here in this 28 seconds plus the timeout, and I'm sure he's not going to be on the bench very long. Just enough of a breather.
Christie for the lead. 82-81. Christie has 7. Thomas, tough shot, through a double team. Irvin Johnson knocks it back for Del Negro. Great work. Del Negro, no. Irvin Johnson, no. Manning tries to clear. McGrady has it, and that's the end of the third quarter. The Bucks led by 1 at the half tonight. The Raptors lead by 1 after 3, and this place is up for grabs. Time now for the fourth quarter shootout. Tonight our contestant is Rodney Davis. Rodney has selected Ray Allen to hit the Bucks' first points in the fourth quarter. Rodney wins a 4-pack of Bucks tickets. And the Bucks media guide for having his postcard selected. If Ray scores first, Rodney wins a 19-inch color TV, compliments of the Bucks and Miller Lite. The fourth quarter shootout brought to you by Miller Lite. Better because it tastes great or because it's so smooth. You decide. Taste a true Pilsner.
Well, we've been raving about Vince Carter. We should also rave about Glenn Robinson, who is 13 for 20, 2 assists and only 1 turnover. Carter has 4 assists, but he has 3 turnovers.
The Bucks shooting 51.6% through 3 periods. Toronto 43. McGrady is met and fouled. Danny Manning.
What is interesting as you look at this again, one, they've got a few guys, and McGrady's one of them, that can really get on the trampoline. Carter's the other. But the difference in shooting percentage, you would want and believe that the Bucks would have a tremendous lead, or at least a very good, comfortable lead. But they've made up the difference from the free throw line. A couple more three-point shots as well. And 9 offensive rebounds.
We are likely to see an all-time Toronto individual scoring record here tonight. Carter has 38. The all-time high is 40. Held by A.C. Earl and Tracy Murray. Anything over 40 will be a Raptor record. Manning ties up Antonio Davis. Ball out of bounds. 7 on the shot clock. Sam Cassell and Vince Carter re-enter the game. Allen leaves for the Bucks. And Carter replaces Tracy McGrady. Toronto now wants a 20-second timeout. Butch Carter will diagram a play with 7 on the shot clock. 11-11 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Raptors up 3 at 84-81.
But right now he has 6 players in the game, so I don't know who's out if it's McGrady. We'll have to see. You can also sense that they have a confidence about him. Now, Toronto's been a little bit up and down lately with that confidence factor. And right now they've been able to swing the tide a little and gain this lead when they were actually trailing not long ago. So it's a combination of jumpers and strong to the basket effort. They've also been able to come up with the loose balls and some offensive boards. As I indicated, they have 9 in the game.
Call now, 227-0500, a $15 ticket for $10. These same 2 teams will tee it up again tomorrow night at the Bradley Center at 7:30.
Of those 9 offensive boards, 5 have come in the second half.
Vince Carter for 3, and that's how he sets a Toronto Raptor record, 41 points. It will stay in Milwaukee's possession. 11 on the shot clock. The Bucks have not had an answer tonight for Vince Carter, who undoubtedly is trying to answer the decision by the USA Basketball Olympic Selection Committee. But that's done. And so is his Raptor record tonight. For the moment, I can't imagine he's done it. 24-second violation.
Good D, obviously. The Bucks not even a look. Now, the Bucks have been relying on the perimeter game throughout, and you can get inside on this team. They don't have a Shaquille O'Neal in there. Kevin Willis is in at this point. He's been a shot blocker throughout his career, but still you can go inside on them a bit. Penetration.
Carter over Robinson. 43 points. Don't tell me the Bucks can beat a team by 50 and give up 50 to an individual. It's possible. 89-81 Toronto. '89-81 Raptors, 10:22 remaining. The Bucks have yet to score in the fourth quarter. Rodney Davis is our fourth quarter shootout contestant. He has selected Ray Allen. Ray is no longer on the floor. That was tipped. Tracy McGrady touched it last.
Their defense keeping the Bucks on the perimeter, and that was an example of it right there. Now's when you need Sam to take charge in the half-court game, break them down, penetrate, create some things.
Another whistle. Vince Carter on the foul.
The clock was at 3. It resets to 14. Carter, by the way, received an offer for a scholarship for music. Plays the saxophone. He's a drum major, or I think he was in high school anyway. Very good musically.
He's making music tonight. Robinson walked.
what's happening, they're playing some very good D. Each buck that catches it is just dribbling against his man. They're staying head up and not giving anybody an opening or anybody to deliver the pass to.
That's a big story tonight. Toronto protecting the ball. Bucks aren't doing badly, but the differential hurting Milwaukee. Points off turnovers favoring the Raptors in a big way. It's Carter and the putback. How about that one?
Gets his own shot back off the glass. Great play.
Manning, good move. You got Willis to fly by.
Well, I'll tell you what, if the Bucks can get this one back, and they got to do it now at this end with their D, they got to shut them down and get it going, then they really steal a big night of thunder for this team in Carter. After the game Carter's had.
Plenty of time to send this big crowd home unhappy if the Bucks tighten it up. McGrady. Manning with the rebound for a moment. And there's another hustle situation. It'll be a jump ball. Antonio Davis and Manning.
But another loose ball the Bucks don't corral, and that's happened very often in this period. Look at this. That was his shot, and he got it back.
Doug Christie will come on for McGrady. We have a violation. Cassell was over the line on the jump. So Toronto will get the ball. Full shot clock. 8:49 remaining. Charles Oakley wants to come into the game. Now he is allowed in. For Willis. The Bucks switch up. Thomas covers Oakley, and Manning goes over to get Davis. Muggsy Bogues.
Double team on Carter. It's going to leave somebody open. They found it.
That's exactly what happened against Orlando. When Bogues had 22, Robinson's shot comes away off the head of Oakley. Bogues hauls it in. The Bucks forced to work very hard tonight by the Raptors. 5 on the shot clock. Antonio Davis loses, and 1 second will be put back on the shot clock.
They went to it 2 times, reloaded to Davis. Double teamed the first time. Manning just staying in front of him, not giving him any kind of a look. Now the catcher obviously has to be the shooter here.
That's a violation, shot clock violation, hitting the back of the backboard or the stanchion with 1 second. Now, had that occurred when 1/10 of a second had been on the clock, you would take 3/10 off and there would be 7/10 left. But when there is no differentiation this early in the quarter, it's a violation when there's 1 second showing. 7:50 remaining in the 4th quarter. Robinson, yes, and 1. Charles Oakley picks up the foul.
Beautiful play. They stay in single coverage until he makes the move inside, then Oakley is there. So this is the type of play the Bucks need. They need something high percentage, something in the purple, and 3-point plays sure help if Glenn gets this.
Robinson 33 tonight, another outstanding night for Glenn Robinson. He has had 30 in 6 of his last 10 games. 30 or more. Irvin Johnson, the inside of Davis. Glenn Robinson, 35 points.
He is working hard, and you say, hey, Carter, he's guarding Carter. Look what Carter's done tonight. Carter's guarding him also.
Robinson one off his season high of 36. Offensive foul.
She had to think about it. Looked like she was going to go to the hips for the block. Bucks get this call.
The offensive foul on Doug Christie brings a timeout. 6:58 remaining in the fourth quarter. It's 93-88 Toronto. Other scores tonight brought to you by Primeco Personal Communications. Orlando 68, Philadelphia 65 in the third quarter. Charlotte postponing the game tonight with New York. A memorial service held this afternoon for Bobby Phills. They'll play tomorrow night in New York. In the second quarter, Detroit 42, Washington 37. The Lakers and Indiana, the big game tonight, 42-42, and in the first quarter, Atlanta up one on Chicago. Here it's 93-88 Toronto. Contact, no call. Robinson tries to go to Cassell, and Christie is fouled by Sam.
Excellent double up. They're going to double Glenn, and by getting the double that time, not only do they prevent him from shooting, but they get the turnover. They'll seal no foul. Wow.
Number 34, Ray Allen back in the game for Milwaukee.
It appeared that Antonio Davis got a leg into the body of Robinson. No whistle, however.
Team fouls at 2 each.
Christie. Allen takes the shot, hits the triple. As the whistle is blown, it counts. Sean Corbin blows the whistle. And a foul, Muggsy Bogues, as Cassell was trying to get into the post. It's off the ball.
Well, the Bucks have been successful when they have been able to go to that matchup. Cassell can shoot over bigger guys, and Bogues will have trouble with him down there, but that's a huge 4-point play.
Allen has 21 with the three. The Bucks down just one. Trying to snatch one back here tonight and spoil a big night by Vince Carter. Antonio Davis inside for two.
Good ball swings while they're swinging it back. That allows him to set up in good position.
Just over 5.5 minutes to play. Danny Manning. Too strong. The Bucks are above 50%, 51.4. They've been shooting well tonight. However, it has dropped off a bit since halftime when they were at 57%. Offensive foul against Christie.
Big play. Boy, but when he catches there, he's in deep position, but apparently, I guess they're saying that's what moves Cassell back when he turns into him. Right there.
Sam Cassell. 95-94. Sam with 19. Oakley puts a lot of arc on the shot for a three-point lead, 97-94. Christie. Muggsy Bogues. Nobody back. Carter windmills for 47. Robinson saves. Manning inside. Glasser is good.
The turnovers in this second half are a real factor. They've hurt the Bucks. Some good D by the Raptors. Now the Bucks have to make some hay right now to overcome that exchange. A lot of times when Ray dribbling one-on-one and went inside, that's when they played him and got the shot.
The Bucks have 7 turnovers in each half. Charles Oakley for 3. The Raptors are 14-0 and they score 100. We have a lot of mathematical things working in this one. The biggest is 3:26 remaining. Plenty of time for the Bucks. One shy of his season high. Up and in. Robinson has 35. It's the sky shot of the game tonight. Bucks ball. Trailing by 6. Robinson around. Oakley stopped at the glass.
They've had a couple of big defensive plays inside against one Allen, another Glenn Robinson.
Carter touched it last, but they'll give it to the Raptors. We'll take another look at it. Robinson up on the alley-oop with him.
Gee whiz. Well, if they don't call the foul on Glenn, that's certainly off of Carter. No doubt.
5 on the shot clock. Oakley finds Bogues.
They've hit the jumpers when they've needed them. 2 by Oakley, 1 by Bogues.
Cassell Glasser. 104.98. Every time I see Bogues, I think of J.R. Reed's line on the bus. He was telling us he walked into his room one time when both were with Charlotte, and Muggsy was ironing his pants on a pillow. Christie, no. Robinson, big rebound. Vince Carter has the NBA's highest scoring game this season. Duncan and Iverson previously 46. Jump ball, the 3rd in the game. Great pass.
Watch the play. Manning dumps it down. That's got to be a dunk. EJ's got to get that one. Carter can elevate, but EJ on that position, he's got to lengthen and get it.
Toronto controls under 2 minutes to play. Vince Carter's performance tonight brings to mind the first meeting between the Bucks and Utah in the 90s. Karl Malone was snubbed in the All-Star selection, and he scored 61 against the Bucks. Christie. 106.98. And tonight, Carter has sent a message to the Olympic Selection Committee. Foul against Carter. That will be his 5th.
Bucks have to be obviously awfully good now, and their defense has to check them every time. Of course, you'd like the threes. Del Negro in for just that reason for Irvin Johnson.
The Bucks have 5 3-point shooters on the court. Milwaukee 4 of 9 on threes. Charles Oakley on the foul.
Del Negro out, Johnson back in. This is offense, defense. We're going now. To sell up the line, and when you're down, if you can't get threes, you like to score without the clock running from the line to make up the difference.
Sam Cassell, 21 points.
Bucks can win this ball game. I mean, we've seen them score a lot of points rapidly, but it's all about defense. You cannot just trade baskets. You got to stop it.
Cassell has scored the Bucks' last 5.
Bucks have fouls to give. They've got 2 team fouls. Now a foul to give.
Irvin Johnson gives one, and now they have 1 to give. It's the first under 2 minutes, I beg your pardon, so they do not have a foul to give. Both teams will shoot on any subsequent fouls. Carter goes to the middle, Antonio Davis. And Irvin Johnson is there, called for the body.
See, the problem is that when Antonio Davis caught that, he was already in great position. So somehow, I don't know if there was a screen inside or what, but Antonio Davis just comes to the box, and look, he's in the purple, not even in the black on the catch. That's deep, good position. Needed to stop him there. Now you've got a real problem.
109-101 with 50.6 seconds remaining. A timeout on the Bucks television network. You still have time to call for tickets. A $15 ticket for $10 for tomorrow's rematch with the Raptors. 7:30 at the Bradley Center. Call 227-0500. You know, that'll be a blowout. I don't know who will win it, but it's going to be a blowout. These two teams are going to go at it again tomorrow night. Toronto up 7 in the 4th quarter. And up 8 in the game. Blowout in the sense of it'll be intense. Under a minute to play. Robinson, yes. Glenn Robinson with a season high 37.
You'd like a turnover, a quick score, but they take the foul now. Pretty tough to get the ball away from him. You got to go pretty low, and one thing you should be able to do is handle the ball.
McGrady on for Oakley. Bucks take a timeout with 38 seconds remaining, trailing by 8. 111-103. You're watching the Bucks television network. Down to 38 seconds in Toronto. The Raptors up 111-103. Vince Carter, an NBA season high 47 points. Glenn Robinson, a season high 37. Carter's total, a Toronto Raptor record. Ray Allen kicks it over. Thomas on the three. It's in. Tim Thomas. 111-106. Sam Cassell fouls Muggsy Bogues.
I think the Bucks are just trying to play good, aggressive defense, not necessarily take the foul. George upset saying, well, now, why would you call that? You're anticipating. Here's the pass and the three-pointer. You say to the official, you're anticipating the foul. He was playing with his body. He was there, didn't put his hands on him, and you're calling it anyway, saying they're going to take it.
The three brings a $50 donation to the MAC Fund. Compliments of Piggly Wiggly. Muggsy Bogues has 9.
Free throws a factor in this one tonight.
Toronto 27 of 28, and the Bucks, of course, coming off that NBA record 28 for 28. The most makes without a miss. Ray Allen drives for 2. 5-point game with 20 seconds.
Foul ball on the Bucks, number 15, Vinny Del Negro. That's his second foul of the game.
So Toronto making the Bucks pay at the line. 27 of 28. The Milwaukee Bucks 17 of 21.
Well, you hope you can squeeze them real fast with your defense and maybe get a quick turnover. If not, then you have to take the foul.
Grady, a 69% free throw shooter. The Bucks will take a 20.
22nd timeout.
It comes with 18.4 remaining.
I think George wants to talk about, he wants to design what he wants offensively if they miss and the Bucks can go. Rather than stopping the clock, go and try to get as quick a shot as possible and try to squeeze, something out of the remaining minutes. If you can get him to miss here and you get a quick three and maybe a turnover, you just keep hoping for those things.
We have seen George Karl diagram many plays, many good plays, if not great plays. They seem to work. The Bucks have no timeouts remaining.
Yeah, the 20 they just took, they do not have that. Now you'd like a miss here, get a 3. Then if you have to foul them again, you hope they miss one of those and you're a 3 away from time.
The Bucks have Allen and Cassell deep in their front court. There's the miss.
Get a 3.
Del Negro for Allen. He works against Carter. The Olympian wins that battle. Quick first step, 10.8 seconds. 113 to 110. And Toronto takes a timeout. They use a full timeout. They have 2 full timeouts remaining. It's a 3-point game. Don't go away. Toronto went up by 9 at 107-98 with about 3 minutes left. The Bucks have worked back to within 3. 10.8 on the clock. Very little margin for error now. George Karl directing everybody to their positions.
Well, he was trying. He had 6 guys on the floor.
Yeah. Eddie Del Negro, the last to come off. That ball was tipped. 10.8 on the clock. That should take it down to 10.5. Ronnie Garrettson saying, I think he said 1/10, but it has to be 3/10. It should go down to 10.5. And it does. Oakley covered. They get it in. And Bogues is smothered. Bogues calls a timeout. 6.9 seconds remaining. Toronto has 1 timeout remaining. It's a full timeout. We will be back. These same two teams will go tomorrow night. 3 points, 6.9 seconds remaining. We'll be at the Bradley Center at 7:30. Bonus night pricing available. It's Pepsi bonus night tomorrow night. And members of the sales staff are still standing by at 227-0500. You can get that $15 ticket for 10. Here we go. Both teams have a delay of game not used here. And Ray Allen called for the foul on the inbound. 5.9 left. George Karl saying 1 second went off.
Well, Bogues is who they wanted to handle the ball each time. You can see they get it. They would get it to him. He's a 95% free throw shooter on the year, so that's why they want him to handle it, knowing the foul was coming.
Sam Cassell having some fun with Carter Christie and Antonio Davis. They're keeping him away from Bogues, who hits the free throw. That makes it a 4-point game. And now 5. Cassell leans in, doesn't get it. Allen, no. 3. The Raptors knock off the Bucks, 115-110. Hard fought, intense. A big night by Vince Carter with 47. Glenn Robinson, a season high, 37 points. They'll bring all of this to the Bradley Center tomorrow night. We'll be back to wrap it up in just a moment.